Bear makes, you know, $1,200 bows. I don't know what they're like. I'm not buying a $1,200 Bear either. I don't want to buy a $1,200 Mathews. I don't want to buy a $1,500 Elite. I don't want to buy a new bow. My new bow days are done. There's too many good used bows out there. Like, you guys want to buy new bows and then turn around and sell them for $400 or $500, I'll be here. I'll buy it. Yeah, that works for me. I don't need to buy a new one. Not right now, not in this economy. Not with the way, or old Bertha, I blow a tire, that's $500 fucking dollars, you know. If it's a back one, if it's a front one, it's $1,000. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to be smart and not be dumb. And well, this is my next project bow. Pretty excited to have it. I really like it. VXR 28. Very good shape. Just picked him up. Very, very good shape bow. Yeah. I will now have a good hunting bow that I can keep for strictly hunting. Keep it for hunting, only hunting, no target. I want to have it broadhead tuned, ready to go hunting. I want to have it ready to hunt. And then that's it. This will be my hunting bow for now. But like, I don't mind the color, but I will be definitely painting it. I can promise you that. And that grip will be coming off of there. But I used to have a VXR, and I really liked the VXR. One of my very first Mathews was a VXR, and it was a killing son of a bitch. I killed a pile of deer with that bow. And yeah. Can't wait to play around with it. Appreciate it, Andrew, for hooking me up, meeting me today, and making it happen, dude. And there's a normal Mathews thing. Can't tell you how many of them I lost before I realized all I had to do was tie it in. But yeah, not a shift back to Mathews, but I guess a shift back to Mathews. Just going back with a hunting bow. So yeah, we'll see. It's a nice bow. It's nice and clean. You can tell it's been taken care of. It's not all beat to hell on back. Like, look at the bolts around it. Like, some of these bows, when you get them, you can tell they're just like beat to hell on back. Like, don't get me wrong, the finish is chipped right there, but that's like the worst of it. And then always around the handle where you shoot at, it's always worn out here. But yeah, it's definitely a used hunting bow. And yeah, I can't wait to get some more blood flying with it. It's like a pretty decent bow. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. I like it. After my Athens broke, I have basically a paperweight at the house. So I needed a new hunting bow. And that Bear, the Bear is a decent bow. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad bow. It's just not like a really good bow. The cams are just, it's cheap, man. It's cheap. You can tell it's cheap. The axles are wee little. It's slow. With a 380 grain arrow, it's almost 70 pounds. 29 inches of draw. I was getting like 250 feet per second. It was super slow. But it's a $200-$300 bow. Like bare bones bow. It's not worth much. It'll do good. It's actually shooting it pretty decent. And like, it'll get me started in the hunting season until we get this guy going. I'm excited to get this guy going because I missed my VXR. I had a really nice VXR 28. It was green with black limbs. Oh, that thing was such a stud. I killed a big old swamp buck with that. And yeah, I've missed that bow ever since then. So I should have never got rid of it. After I got rid of that, that's how my target panic became. Like, my V327s where my target panic came from. And that led me down the road to target archery. So, I mean, I guess without selling my V3X, I would have never found target archery because I would have never got target panic. Well, I guess I can't say that. Target panic led me down to trying to figure out why I had target panic. I didn't even know it was target panic. I had target panic, didn't know it was target panic. Learned that it was target panic. Worked on it, covered it up with a hinge, didn't actually fix it. got into competition, really enjoyed the competition side of it, and started working on it. Found out how to fix my target panic, and yeah, now I can shoot 40-yard groups with a any release. I can use an index, a thumb, or I can use a hinge. I can use any release now without target panic. It might take me a little bit to get it to snap off and go off, but like, I'm not punching it. And yeah, so yeah, cool new things to come. That VRX, like, my big goal that I'd like to do with that, if I like it and it's a good bow and I decide to stay with it, like, I'd like to paint it. Like, I'm thinking, like, go back to like the old VXR, what I liked before. Go back to the green with black limbs, green, black limbs, white strings. Go back to the exact same thing that I had before. I don't know if I can make that happen, but like, that's what I'm looking at doing. And the old Bear, yeah, you know, for what it is, it's not bad, but like, for as slow as it is, it's so loud, it vibrates, it drives me crazy. It will work to get me hunting, but I didn't have $1,200 to go drop on a brand new bow. I didn't have that kind of money laying around. After my Athens broke, I was like, this bow is useless, it's not worth anything to sell, and I thank God I got this Bear to go hunt. I have a crossbow, worst case scenario, I'm going to the woods, but I didn't want to, you know, I don't like to use my crossbow unless I feel like it. I don't want to have to use my crossbow. And like, I want to hunt with my compound because I like shooting compounds. And the crossbow is just basically for a rainy day, or if somebody gets hurt, we have it. Just that simple. I love it. I love my crossbow. I don't shoot it very often, but I like it. Anyhow, the Bear is just, it's a cheap bow. It's cheap. It's a cheap bow. It shoots okay. It's loud, a lot of vibration, even with front and back stabilizers, even with new strings on it. The axles are wee little, the cams are little. Like, they're not little, it's just thin. Like, it's a $300 bow. What do you get? Like, it's a $300 bow versus a $1,200 bow. Of course, it's gonna, like, they had to save costs somewhere, guys. Like, it's not like something. It's not some big secret. So, like, I mean, if you have an issue with Bear, like, take it up with them. You know, this is just not at that. Like, Bear makes, you know, $1,200 bows. I don't know what they're like. I'm not buying a $1,200 Bear either. I don't want to buy a $1,200 Mathews. I don't want to buy a $1,500 Elite. I don't want to buy a new bow. My new bow days are done. There's too many good used bows out there. Like, you guys want to buy new bows and then turn around and sell them for $400 or $500? I'll be here. I'll buy it. Yeah, that works for me. I don't need to buy a new one. Not right now. Not in this economy. Not with the way, or old Bertha. I blow a tire, that's $500 fucking dollars, you know. If it's a back one, if it's a front one, it's $1,000. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to be smart and not be dumb. And that bow came along for a great price, and I was like, that'll do. But yeah, peace and love, y'all. Like, subscribe, all that fun, happy jazz. See ya. Look at that, you old Bear. 40-yard group with the old Bear. Look at that crap. Oh, it's a pretty decent little group right there, the old Bear. For 40 yards, you know. Getting good enough for Saturday. I like it. Good enough to get me started till I get the other one built. And that's with an index release too. That's not with a thumb button or a hinge. So, like I can shoot. This came with that Bear. It's not the greatest one by any works, but I'll tell you what, it's actually pretty decent. I can get punchy with it. I just have to control it. As long as I control it and take my time and make the shot, I can shoot this just fine. I can shoot it just as good as my hinge, honestly.